A few months later, after that event, I'd come across another way to ask for protection, a slightly different way.
Mm.
It has a speed call, so you can just do it really fast, like seriously within like 2 seconds. And I started asking for something called location security.
This is
And
like
even
this is the one I'm so excited. Like this is the one I've been waiting to hear. So I'm gonna give my camera.
so
Yeah, I'm all in.
I was on a 10-day adventure, charity adventure. Anybody who's connected with me will hear bits and pieces about this charity adventure. And there were some people on, like there was a crowd of like 300 of us. Like there was lots of people. And there were some people that I really wanted to spend extra time with because they just seemed fun and curious and interesting people. And like when I'm in their vicinity, I felt joyous and happy. And in that period of my life, I was still not in a very good emotional state. And I was still struggling with my change and like rebuilding myself. And so I'd ask for location security.
What does that mean?
All the time. So it's asking for physical, emotional, spiritual safety, and you can add extra bits into it of what you want to be safe from and protected from. And it's a speed call, so you can just ask for it in an absolute instant and get it. And I used to practice this when I'd be out walking with my dog, and I'd see because he was a retriever, and he was like very passive and just friendly and nice to everyone, and he'd get beaten up by other dogs all the time, like even dachshunds would beat up on him, like and so I'd be walking and I'd see this dog starting to hackle and as it's coming towards us, and I would just ask for location security and for blessed travel. So both of those are speed calls, and I'd ask for them. And then I'd watch this dog's hackles go down, and we'd be able to walk past. Sometimes the other owner might just take their dog out a little bit wider. All these things would happen, and there would be no altercation, and we would just keep going. And every time that one of these situations would happen when I was out walking with my dog, I'd just smile and say thank you. So I was practicing that. And then when I was on this adventure, I thought, all right, I'm going to practice this a little bit more. And so I sort of in the afternoon, I'd start in my head going, oh, I'm asking for to camp next to some fun people that we have this kind of experience. And I wouldn't mind this person, this person, this person. I'd list off people who they seem fun. I met them, yesterday or the day before, and they seem fun. I'd like to spend some more time with them. And then, like one night, I said, I would really like a really special camp spot tonight, something really special, and I'd like these kind of people around me. A few minutes later, a text message came through saying that there were a couple of motel rooms available instead of as an alternative to camping out. And I thought, oh, that's great. And, they asked, would you like a room? Like, absolutely. I'd love one. And do you know what happened? That room was right next to the people that I'd been asking for. And the ones who I hadn't been, who weren't there, while we were sitting around in the evening, just chatting and, having a few drinks and nibbles, and these other extra people turned up and just had a conversation. I'm like, look at that. Look at that.
What advice?
How cool is that?
That is so cool. I love how things turn out. Like, in my head, I keep hearing this voice, and it's like, yeah, but what if you're not one of God's favorite people? Like, what if that doesn't work out for me? Like, what if I ask over and over again and nothing happens? Like, what would you say to me or to other people who may have that voice in their head?
I would say two things. One, ditch that voice. Because is that what you actually want? You don't want that. So ditch it. And just every time it pops into your head, go, ditch. Thanks. You've served me. I don't need you anymore. Thanks. Bye. And the other thing I would suggest is start with something small, and every time you see it, acknowledge it and just say thanks in your head. Say, and a little smile inside of you and go, thanks, thanks, and just keep saying thanks. And the more you say thank you, two things happen. The more you notice things appearing, and perhaps there are actually more things appearing. Because who knows? Those signs might have been there the whole time, but we were just blinded to them because we were too engrossed in maybe I'm not divinely loved. We're blinded by that thought that's shutting out all the opportunities that are already there. And just asking for location security. I have done that so often in so many different places. Like I've done it like in the moment, walking with the dog, and I've just called it in the moment where I go, whoa, I need this now. And it's just showed up. So like going back to starting over, if you're starting over with anything, like if you're a new mum, oh my goodness, starting over as a new mum is, there's nothing else like starting out as a new mum with everything that's going on. And that's a perfect time to ask for signs, for just please give me location security today. Please give me home security. Home security is one so that you feel really safe in your home and that nothing happens to you in your home. These are moments, and like when you're a new mum and you're really tired and you're sleep deprived and you've got to go out in the car, you definitely want blessed travel. You want that security and safety and that knowledge of knowing that you are safe while you're driving to keep you and your little loved one safe. So there's so many opportunities of when you're starting out to do that. And I guess in my big thing that you've noticed over the last 3 years to this point is I've had so many opportunities to start out. And when I decided that I wasn't going back to education, that took me a couple of years to finalize, but that was like, okay, I'm definitely closed the door on that and I'm walking away from my permanent position. And what am I going to do now?
Yeah.
And by that time, my eyes had just opened up. It's like the curtains had been pulled back on a beautiful landscape. It's like you've got so many choices of where you want to go and what I want to do. That becomes daunting. So it's like, well, protect me and help me and guide me to where I need to go. What's my best thing? And then somebody's wise words said to me, nothing's ever wasted. You just might not realize it at the time what its purpose was. So starting out and asking for protection can happen in so many different ways.